What's up everyone, it's me, Danny Lightning. Hope you guys are doing good today. So we are back for another CSR2 video, and today we are going to be taking a look at something. So today we're going to be talking about why you should be running showdown races. And we're also going to be talking about the extreme importance of doing all the little daily races and how they benefit you and how all the little stuff adds up. Guys and gals, showdowns are extremely important, and all of the little daily races are also extremely important. So we're going to go over some of this stuff and give you some awesome game tips and information on today's video. Even if you have a slow car, you should be running showdowns, guys and gals. Showdowns are very important for your elite tuners cars. Like right now I'm running this green BMW, and these rims do not look good on that green. Not on this racetrack at least, so that's a little bit disappointing. But you know, this BMW, it's got 3 stars on it. It's by far not the fastest car in the game, right? It needs a lot of upgrades to get up to the top. Now if this were maxed out, it would be the fastest car in the showdown, but I just don't have enough parts on it. But the thing is I am going to earn a lot of elite tokens, elite upgrade tokens, just by running these showdown races. And of course the game freezes. Donna has sabotaged us yet again. Gosh darn you, Donna. I'm telling you right now, I hate when you do this to me. I really hate. Why, Donna? Why, Donna? Why? So one of the best things about showdown though is the first 500 races you're going to get a whole bunch of prizes, right? There's a lot of upgrade tokens. There's a bunch of gold, just some nice game cash, just a bunch of little resources, right? The first several races, you'll get something at race 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then of course it gets further and fewer between as you go, but up to race 500, these are all free prizes right here. All you got to do is race. It doesn't matter if you win or lose, guys. That's just like free prizes just for racing. So whether your car is slow or fast, you can grab these just for participating in the showdown, which is great. I mean, everybody needs these things. You need these things. So my opinion, at least try and get 100, 200, 300 races in per showdown when you can. And then when you come over to the trophy base, I mean, even if you only get to like 1,000 trophies, there's still prizes here, guys. And these things are nice. Every little bit adds up, right? You might say, well, there's only a couple things in here. You know, over like a year's time, if you do every showdown, that is a lot of stuff. Even if you don't get that far in the showdown, even if you got a slow car, guys and gals, you should be doing these things. Like, hands down, showdown is very important. So if you got a car that's capable of running the showdown, even if it's slow, I highly suggest you get on here and run it. One of the things you need to learn about this game, if you're cheap to play or if you're free to play and you're not spending money, every little thing counts, right? You slowly acquire this thing here, you slowly acquire this, you get a little bit of this here, you get a little bit of that there, and all that stuff adds up, right? At the end of the day, it turns into a lot of stuff, but you know, you got to put your time in on this game. You got to grind on this game. You got to get there and you got to play it. You know, you got to do all of your little daily stuff, run your showdowns, run your live racing, run the prestige cups. And if you put enough time into this game, you can easily build a really good account. My sinuses are bad today. My head's all stuffed up. Sorry if I sound funny, but I probably sound like this. But I will tell you this, if it wasn't for these showdown races, I would not have my elite tuners cars where they are today. I mean, I've got almost all of the elite tuners cars either maxed out or to 5 golden stars, except for there's a couple of them I don't. There's a couple of them I skipped, but all the ones that I like, right, I do. I was able to finish the original elite tuners events, get the Toyota Mark IV Supra as a prize after 2.5 years. It took a really long time, I'm not going to lie. It took a very long time, but I was able to get it. And that's mainly because every time there's a showdown, I get as far as I can over a several day period of time. Now I do have another video that goes over ways to do better on showdowns, even if you have a slower car. You guys might want to check that out. Just type in Danny Lightning win more showdowns. This one's more just about the importance of doing these. And I'm going to tell you what, showdowns are very important, right? The daily races, the little daily races are very important. The weekly elite cups, the crew cups, the token cups, the prestige cups, like all those things that you can just get on the map and knock out in 10 to 15 minutes in a day on average. I mean, a few things might take a little longer, but most of those little daily races, you can bust them out in 10 to 15 minutes, right? And yeah, they all add up. They all add up to getting nice stuff in this game that's going to help you. If you skip all the little daily stuff, you're going to be missing out on a lot of stuff. If you skip the showdowns, you're going to be missing out on a lot of stuff that you need. And it may not seem like much initially, guys and gals, but I'm telling you, on this game, when you're cheap to play or you're free to play, every little bit adds up. You know, year after year after year, you want to make sure you collect all the free stuff you can. So the best thing you can do is get on this game and just race, right? On the showdown, you're gonna win a lot of races. You are going to lose a lot of races, but that's the name of the game, right? You win prizes just for racing the showdown, whether you win or lose. That's one thing you got to remember. Even if your car is losing, sometimes it's good just to go in there and run 1 or 2 or 3 tanks a day on the showdown just to get those participation prizes. I mean, me personally, I never get all 500 races in, but on average, now I'm running behind on this particular showdown. Like, I usually do these on my live streams, and I had some stuff come up and I didn't get the live stream, and then I never ended up doing the showdown. But generally, I try to get 1, 2, maybe 300 races in on the showdown anytime I can, just to get those little parts that I can get, right? It's very important. Like, if it wasn't for all that stuff, I would not have what I have, guys. I am a cheap to play player. I buy a car for $20 on this game a few times a year. When they sell something for 20 bucks and I want it, I have no problem buying that. But I don't buy gold. I don't buy parts for my cars. I don't buy game cash. I don't buy elite tokens. I collect all this stuff very slowly just from playing the game, right? I have 167 game cash, 167 million. The reason I have 167 million game cash is what I'm trying to say is I'm very stingy with my resources, and I usually spend anywhere between 30 minutes and 2 hours a day playing this game. I mean, some days I might pop on 10, 15, 20 minutes, I'm done. Some days I might spend an hour playing. Some days I might spend 3 hours playing. But the thing is, there's days where I pop on for 10 minutes, then I get on later for another 10 minutes, then I pop on later for like 10 or 15 minutes. So, I mean, if I don't have a lot of time, I still try to make sure I get on between like 1 and 3 times a day just to run through at least all of the daily stuff, maybe run a tank of live racing, run a tank of gas on the showdowns, just run every single thing I can on the map. And I'm telling you, you need those prizes. If you're free to play or cheap to play, you need those prizes. You're not going to do well without them. I'm telling you right now, if you skip everything, if you just get on and only maybe do like a tank of live racing a day, or maybe run 1 tank of gas on showdowns a day and that's it, and you're skipping all the rest of the little daily races, you're missing out on a lot of stuff. You are missing out on a lot of stuff. You're not going to get on anywhere in this game unless you do everything, right? You don't have to do the big paid events because most of us can't afford to do those. I personally skip the paid events myself. Like, I very rarely get to do one of the bigger events because I don't either have the cars or the game cash or the $500 or whatever it costs to buy all the cars and the parts. So I don't do the bigger events, guys. I just do the little daily stuff. I do the showdowns, the live racing, the little things that I can do that are on the map every day, and bam, that equals all the things I need to play this game and have a lot of fun with it. And then every once in a while, they come out with a car that I like for 20 bucks. Heck yeah, I'm going to buy that car. As long as I like the car and it's got a good low upgrade where I don't need to max it out to enjoy it, I'll grab it. I will grab that car for 20 bucks if I really like it. Generally, I don't buy the cars for 20 bucks though, unless they have a really good low upgrade setup. If I can set it up on low upgrades and live race it anytime I want, that's totally worth the 20 bucks to me, right? Now, if the car doesn't have a good live racing setup or it needs to be maxed out to be fast or something like that, then I'm not really that interested in that car because, well, good chance is I'm not going to be able to max that out without spending a bunch of money on parts for the car. So maxing out those purple star cars is very, very hard, right? You got paid crates for most of the purple star cars. Generally, it's just not going to happen. So I don't really focus too much on maxing my cars out. I look for the cars that I can set up and have fun with that I don't need to max out, and then I just play those, right? I just play those cars and have fun with them and live race them and earn a lot of points for my crew and get the prize cars and everything else. So it's all about just getting on the game and playing and having fun with it. If you don't take the game too seriously, if you don't get upset and you learn to accept the fact that, hey, I cannot do all the big events on this game unless I spend a fortune, and if you can't spend a fortune, remember, it's okay if you don't do all the big events. You don't have to do those, guys. They're there if you want to do them. They're there if you got a big wallet and you can do them. But if you have to skip those big events, don't worry about it. Just do your best without them. The game can still be lots of fun. It can be very enjoyable. It's just a very slow ride if you're not buying things. I mean, look at that. There's $100,000 that I wouldn't have had if I wouldn't have ran these Showdown races, right? That is a big chunk of change. I mean, it all adds up, guys. It all adds up. Do it all. Do everything you can that's on the map every day. So I've been playing this game for roughly 9 years. It looks like I've earned about 1.6 billion cash. I own 551 cars. I've won 96,000 races out of 140,000. I have 3,562 hours and 56 minutes spent playing this game, which is ridiculous. Time spent in my garage is 578 hours, so roughly 600 hours just hanging out in my garage, probably looking at cars or tuning cars or customizing cars. And I have driven 61,695 miles. That is crazy. That is crazy. But that's what I've got after, almost 9 years of playing this game, is a huge amount of time invested. I mean, I don't even know how many years or months that is. If you were to add that up, that's probably 3 years out of my life that I've played CSR2 racing 24 hours a day. I don't feel like doing the math, but I know it's a lot. It might be a couple of months worth. It might be a couple of years worth. I don't know. I am not a math magician. I'm dyslexic. I suck at these things. I've got learning disabilities. I cannot do the math. But, if you want to, you can figure it out. But I'm not going to bother. It'll just make me depressed saying, man, I spent that much time on a video game. I'm crazy. But anyways, the main idea is Showdown races are extremely important, right? You cannot get your Elite Tuners cars up to purple stars or even 5 golden stars without those elite upgrade tokens. Those are very, very important. The thing about these Elite Tuners cars is a lot of them are really awesome cars, and you need to earn those tokens. Like right now, I'm working on this M2. I really like this M2. It's not the best Elite Tuners car in the game, in my opinion, but it's pretty darn awesome. So now I need another 1,700 blue tokens to move to the next level. So I would like to get this to at least 5 golden stars. I don't really care if I get this car to purple stars or not, but my goal is to at least get it to 5 golden stars, right? 5 golden stars and I'm happy. It doesn't have to be purple, but purple's nice. I think I'm going to save the purple stars for my very, 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 very favoriteest, but without doing the showdowns and the daily races and all the Elite Tuners events, you're never going to get these cars to, 5 golden stars or 5 purple stars. So every little thing adds up, guys and gals. It all adds up big time. But if you're thinking like, hey, I don't need to really do this event, I'm not going to do that. Oh, 3 little races here. Oh, I'm just going to skip that today because I'm lazy. Honestly, I think you're making a big mistake because showdowns are huge. Token cups are huge. Weekly elite cups, all that stuff. You got to do it, guys. You got to do it. I'm telling you, you can bust most of that out. The majority of those things, you can run through it in 10 to 15 minutes a day. Knock it out of the way. Then you can go do your live racing and your showdowns and everything else. I mean, showdowns isn't something you can knock out in 10 to 15 minutes. Live racing isn't something you can knock out in 10 to 15 minutes. But knock all the little stuff out, and then you can focus on your showdowns and live racing. If you want to know how to make 1,000,000 respect points every season easily, do your daily races, right? Do your Prestige Cup, throw in a little bit of live racing and a little bit of showdowns, and bam. Just the Prestige Cup in the daily races will get you over 800,000 respect points. That's easy peasy. You just have to get the Prestige Cup car every season and run the Prestige Cup and do a little bit of this and that, and you bust 1,000,000. I mean, you can make 800,000 with no live racing or no showdowns, but you add in the showdowns and the live racing on top of the daily stuff, and next thing you know, you just hit like 1,000,000, 1.2 million, 1.4 million. And if you spend enough time live racing and doing showdowns, you might even hit like 2 or 3 million respect points. If you're one of those crazy people who spend 6 hours a day live racing, and those people do exist. I still think they're crazy, but they do exist. But bottom line is, all the little daily races and the showdowns are very important, guys. You need to be doing those every single day. It's such a big help. It's crazy. I mean, a lot of people pick this game up and they play this game for years, right? This is one of those games where a lot of people come, a lot of people go. That's any mobile game, right? Mobile games have very high turnover rates in general, but this is one of those games where you have more people than average that stick around and they play this game for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, right? This isn't one of those games where people just pick it up, play it for a week or two, and leave. I mean, some people do. Like I said, that's all mobile games, but I would say there's more people that stick around and continue to play this for long periods of time than a lot of these mobile games, and you got to put your time in, right? Just do your little daily stuff. It's crazy, crazy, crazy important. I cannot emphasize that enough, but you will earn a lot of great stuff just by doing the daily races, and then you throw in your showdowns and live racing, and bam, bam. Everything just kind of adds up and falls together, and your account becomes awesome if you put the time in. Now, if you don't put the time into this game, you're never going to get anywhere. Like, as a free-to-play or a cheap-to-play player, you will not get anywhere in this game if you don't actually play it. So you do got to get on and play, guys. You do got to get on and play. You don't have to spend 3 hours a day. I mean, some days I'm on here for 15, 20 minutes and I'm done. Some days I'm on here for an hour. So play as you have time. You know, if you have an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours to play a day, my God, you can earn a lot of game cash and do a lot of stuff. I mean, I used to earn over 1,000,000 game cash per day. Not kidding. But I would be on the game for like 3 hours a day back when I first started playing. I don't have that kind of time to spend on the game anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore. So I just get on there when I can. I do what I can, you know. I just spend as much time as I have possible throughout the day. Like right now I run 3 YouTube channels. I put in well over 100 hours per week. I probably spend 3 or 4 days just going through all the comments on my YouTube channel, just trying to answer everybody's questions. I know I probably missed some comments, but I try to reply to as many of them as possible, or at least give you a little heart or a thumbs up or something if I read it. I don't have time to reply to every single comment because there's usually so many of them between the 3 YouTube channels. I mean, imagine waking up and having between 200 and 400 comments to read through and try to reply to. That takes a few hours out of my day. I mean, I really enjoy trying to answer everybody's questions, but, you know, that does take up a couple hours out of my day, and You know, sometimes I do that instead of getting on the game and playing like I would like to. You guys are very important to me. You know, you guys have questions. I'm here to try and help you guys out. So that's what my channel is all about. It's here to help you guys out. And sometimes, you know, you guys have a lot of game questions. So if you got a full-blown question, I do my best to get on there and reply. I mean, sometimes people just say, "Is that any good?" And I'm like, "Well, what is that? What is that?" That could be anything, all right? You got to be very specific when you're asking questions, though, because sometimes they'll just be like, "Oh, yeah, do you think this is nice?" Well, what is this? What is this? That could be anything in the entire world, right? Anything. But if you are going to leave a comment and ask a question, make sure you really specify what it is you're talking about, because so many times I get on there and somebody asks a question about something, but they just don't give me enough information to really know what they're talking about. So you gotta be very specific if you have a question. If your question's about a 2023 BMW, make sure you say a 2023 BMW. Don't just say, "Hey man, what do you think about that BMW?" Because there's probably like 60 BMWs in the game. Or don't say, "Hey, this event is great," right? Well, what event? There's a lot of events on the map. You might be talking about the event that was featured in the video. There might have been 10 different events featured in that video. I don't know. So be very specific if you got questions and you want them answered. I do try to get to as many of those a day as possible. I'm sure I missed some of your guys' comments. I mean, it's not easy to keep up with all of them, you know. I do go from one YouTube channel to the next and answer as many of those comments as I can. So I'm sure I do miss some, and I apologize. Sometimes YouTube doesn't even show me some of the comments. Sometimes that's an issue as well, as sometimes you guys leave a comment and then when I'm going through it, it just doesn't show up on my list of comments. Sometimes I'll find comments like 3 weeks later that somebody left and YouTube never showed me. So, you know, YouTube's a little bit wacky sometimes. But anyways, just make sure you're doing all of your daily stuff, guys and gals. It's very important. Those little races are very important. Doing as many Showdown races as you can, even if you just run 1 or 2 tanks of gas per day on the Showdown, that's going to earn you a lot of little prizes. And I'm telling you right now, those all add up. They all add up. Do your daily stuff. Do your live racing. Do your Showdowns. Easily earn. Do your Prestige Cups. Earn your 1 million plus respect points per season, and bam. You know, if you're in a good crew, you guys will earn the prize car every season. You'll get a bunch of awesome stuff, and you will continue to do well on this game. Also, just remember, resource management is crazy important. Be very stingy with your resources, guys and gals. Be very stingy with your resources, because you cannot afford to upgrade every single car you get. If you try to do that, you're always going to be broke. Don't open crates, guys. Don't open crates unless you really need to. I mean, as a new player, I opened all my crates all the time. As soon as I got some keys, bam, I was in there opening crates. But the truth is, that was a waste of keys. I just kept getting the same crappy little cars over and over and over. And eventually, I started saving those keys and only opening the crates when I actually needed to. And that was a huge help on this game, right? I stopped spending my silver keys for probably like 3 or 4 months, and I saved up a few thousand. I mean, you can make 500 or 600 silver keys per season, and the season lasts 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, you should be able to make 500 to 600 silver keys if you do all the little daily racing and live racing and stuff like that. And that all adds up, right? But one of the best things I ever did in this game was save my silver keys, because as a new player, I was never able to get that featured car season after season after season. And after saving up a few thousand keys, I was able to get it every single season after them. And then when I joined the Milestone Prize crew that wins the prize car, that prize car almost ends up being the featured car for the Prestige Cup. But those Prestige Cups are huge for earning prizes and helping your crew earn the prize car. So I'm telling you right now, if you're a new player, look up some of my resource management videos. It is very, 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 very important. But anyways, I think we've been rambling on about this stuff for long enough. We've been going on for 24 minutes. Yeah, 24 minutes. That's more than long enough. We don't need to go on anymore. I hope you found this video helpful or useful or interesting or something like that. So this is just some videos about why the little stuff is important, and the little stuff is very important. So thank you for watching. You guys and girls are amazing. If you want to help out the channel, check out the video's description or the pinned comment. You'll find my affiliate links where you can get some really amazing stuff. You'll find some links to the Daily Light merch store, some other ways to help support the channel. Huge shout out to my channel members who have the paid subscriptions. Thank you so much for the extra support. All that extra support really does help this channel keep running and making videos like this for you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are awesome. And just thanks for watching my videos. If you want to watch a couple more, that helps out the channel as well. There should be a couple of videos floating around the screen right now, I would think. They're probably up there right now. Maybe click on one of those and watch one of those. I would really appreciate it. If not, that's okay too. Thank you for watching. Lightning out. Have a great day. And we will catch you next time. See ya. Bye-bye. Autobots roll out.